さんこんにちは。ひとつぶチャンネルへようこそ。弟子と申します。原宿の方に聞いておりまして、ガイドインタビューしていきたいと思います。I'm Tess. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Manus. I'm actually from Australia. Me and my wife, we moved here approximately like a year and a half ago.
Yes.
So she's a lawyer.
Does your name have a meaning that you know of?
Manus. Well, I hope it doesn't sound like my anus, which is what it sounds like, and it also gets confused with minus. No, I think my name, the Indian origins, has something to do with like human and intellect, but I don't know. It does not mix with me very well.
Do you speak Japanese?
Yeah, not really. I have very survivalist kind of skills. Like, I'm comfortable ordering something, asking for basic directions, but I would not go as far as saying I speak Japanese. Definitely don't have any N qualifications, so yeah.
いやちょっと日本語少しだけ聞きますけれども、日本での生活はどうですか？生活、ライフスタイルはどうですか？楽しいとか大変とか。
楽しい。What would I say? Yeah, I mean, I love Japanese lifestyle. The Japanese lifestyle is very cool. I think coming from a Western background, there's a lot of differences. And there's always going to be some things that are better and some things that are worse, and I can definitely see that, and I can look at that pretty clearly. But you can't. I think that the pros here, there's some really amazing things here. The way that people work, the way that people interact with other people, and don't kind of get in your face. But at the same time, the lack of that can sometimes mean, as a foreigner who's here, it's a bit difficult to make those human interactions with random people, which I kind of like. I mean, you guys came and said, "Can I have a speak?" I was like, English people, let's go now. My wife, she came here for a 2-year contract, and realistically, we love Japan, but we know we won't be here longer than 2 years. It's been amazing, but I personally would find it quite difficult to live here longer than that.
So is there any differences in having a relationship with your wife back in Australia and in Japan?
So I don't think it's specific to Japan. It's the fact that when you have a relationship and you leave home, like home is where your family is, your friends, stuff that you're used to. And by moving to Japan, we kind of just separated all of that. And we were like newly married, and in a way it's beautiful. Like you're not caught up with the stuff at home that's the silly small talk. It's like we got to focus on ourselves here alone. But that comes with the downside of like sometimes I do miss just that random stupid family hang. You know what I mean? So, there's a little bit of a balance, but overall for our relationship, I think it's been absolutely fantastic.
Do you still go on dates in Japan?
Of course, all the time.
What's your favorite date spot here in Japan?
Favorite date spot? I think it really depends. I mean, I think Japan is so large. Even living here for a year and a half, there is no way you can get anywhere close to seeing all of it. And there's always opportunities to eat somewhere new or just go to a park. We love going on hikes. But I think this is a mega city. Like, Australia's population is the same as all of Tokyo.
Yeah.
And for me, that's just like, I'm up from a small city in Australia. That's already crazy. There's an unlimited number of things to do. If I ate at a new place every day, I wouldn't even clear a suburb. You know what I mean? So the price of food like that is completely affordable. Eating out is something that, in my country, in Australia, it's a lot more expensive, But I like it here. I like the style. Those are things that I will definitely miss leaving here.
ありがとうございます。わかりました。どうもありがとうございます。お友達がもう亡くなっちゃってるかもしれないので、ちょっと気をつけてください。Nice to meet you. I'm Tess. Could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Zanshell from Houston, Texas.
From Houston, Texas.
Yes.
Okay, I've been wanting to go to Texas. I have a friend living in Dallas, but I haven't been able to visit yet.
You should come.
Yeah. Can you give me some highlights on the place you come from, Houston, Texas?
Houston is a melting pot. It's very, very diverse, but it's a great for partying. If you're a big foodie person, the food in Houston is just remarkable, seriously. And also, too, a lot of shopping.
Wonderful.
A lot of shopping, and Galveston is not too far. You can get away, get you a little beach time, water aromatherapy. But Houston is very nice.
Oh, that sounds so good. How is the Japanese food, if you had any in Houston and then you tried it here in Japan, how does it compare?
Hands down, it does not compare at all. Just because the food here is a lot different from all the added preservatives that we have over there that's banned over here. The food tastes a lot better here.
Yeah. What foods have you tried here in Japan?
I tried different types of meats, just depending on where we went. We had some seafood, ramen. We went to a steakhouse last night, BOT Steakhouse. It was really good, very high class and fancy.
Yeah.
But Pretty much a lot of hand food. You just kind of stop at little markets and you grab something just to try. So even like, I would say like the Quickie Marts, like the 7-Eleven, Larson, try some of their foods too. So yeah.
Yeah. How have you liked or disliked Japanese culture or different aspects of Japanese culture?
Positive. I'm not gonna lie. I never tried a bidet. Is it bidet? Bidet? Bidet.
You have not tried it? Have you tried?
I tried it.
Oh, you tried it here for the first time.
I tried it here. I'm in love. I want one in my next house. It's like mandatory.
It's okay. Can you just explain briefly how do you do it back at home in Houston?
We just use regular toilet paper or wet wipes, or right after you finish, you jump in the shower if you're at home.
So what if you're like on your period?
That I do not know. I mean, you just freshen up with wet wipes.
Okay, I see. And so how was it to try the bidet for the first time in Japan?
I pushed the button. I did watch the regular one where it says shower, just the regular. I pressed the regular one, and I was like, oh, it's not going to turn off. I didn't know I was control of how long that the water ran. So
you gotta like wash forever.
Okay, yeah, so.
What? Yeah. So are you going to introduce it to your house?
Yeah. I need one. In my next house when I move, I need one. It's a must.
Anything else?
So something dislike, but it's not on the Japanese culture. It's just me coming in not knowing so much. Like, we just drove all the way. We chose a hotel by the airport. We drove all the way over here for anime, but the particular anime I'm looking for my brother-in-law is not in this city, and we drove like 40-something minutes just to get here.
No, wait, what's the anime you were looking for?
JoJo Adventures. Yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at the culture. I'm just mad at myself for not being educated.
No, I mean, okay. For anime? You need to, if you haven't been yet, you need to go to Akihabara.
Okay, nice. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for interviewing me. Have a good one.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Tess. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Celine. I'm 21 years old. I'm Turkish. I study in Germany, but I'm doing an exchange semester in Hong Kong, and I'm here for tourism. I was born in Israel. My brother was born in Korea because my dad is a diplomat, and yeah, because like he was moving a lot, so they ended up living in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my parents are not diplomats, but both teachers, they also had this thing of like working abroad in many places. So I was born in Australia, but my older brother was born in Colombia. So it's also kind of similar. It's like we're born in like random places, but we're all brought up in Italy.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to explain to people, especially in Japanese, because we don't have an expression to say only like brought up. So normally people will say umare sodachi, which means born and raised. And I'm like, no, I'm not like born.
Yeah.
I'm born somewhere else.
Same.
Raised.
Oh my god, same. Yeah, I feel you. So then people ask me, where are you from? It's like, I don't know.
But now you're doing an exchange thing in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
How so? How come?
So I applied for study abroad, and initially I applied for Japan and for Korea, and also like for China, just as like backup.
Yeah.
Because like I always grew up with anime and like loved like K-pop and everything, but then I didn't get in. I don't know, and so I got Hong Kong, and I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? It was a bit weird, but then I decided to do it just to go for it, and now I love it. I went to Korea 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It was so cold.
Cold.
Very, very cold. Like it was, I think the coldest that I experienced was -2 degrees, and in Hong Kong it was 27 degrees, so it was like a huge drop. But I think here it's really nice, and I'd love to live here. You're so lucky.
How are you finding it? How are you finding Japan?
I feel like Japanese people are quite shy, and but they are very, very helpful. So they're trying to help you, and like if there is a problem, they really go out of their way to like find some translator or find someone who speaks English, or even just trying to communicate with Japanese, like doing like gestures and everything. It's really cute. I love that about it. One thing I don't like is like, oh god, the trash cans. There's like so much to do here. It's so pretty, so vibrant, and people dress really well.
You're like very fashionable as well.
Thank you. I just got this jacket.
Just here in Harajuku? No way.
Oh, I got it in Shibuya.
In Shibuya. Nice. Yeah, I agree. People are like really fashionable, don't you think? You think so?
Yeah, like so even comparing to Korea, I thought Korean people are fashionable, but they all only have like one ideal, And so they all kind of dress similar, but then when you come to Japan or to Tokyo, it's like people have their own like very unique styles, and I love that. In Germany, for example, after 6 p.m., everything is dead. The whole city is dead, everything is closed. You can only go home and sit, and then here you can like go to an arcade, go to karaoke. To Kyoto, and there I was like, oh, temples and everything, nature. Yeah. And then I came here and I was like, oh, I want to do shopping and nightlife.
How was the nightlife in Tokyo?
Oh, one thing that I hate here.
Yes.
It was so weird. I never realized. What do you mean there's no night bus? Yeah, I didn't know this. So I think it's my first time experiencing this. And I was like, in Tokyo, it's so big here. How do they not have it?
Yeah. So I have these headphones that I don't know if they have Turkey. I want to try speak a different language with you. There's Turkish on the left. Hello.
Evet, duyuyorum. Evet, Türkçe duyuyorum.
Can you please show me the first photo that you took in Japan?
Evet, tabii ki de gösterebilirim ama biraz bakmam lazım çünkü çok fazla fotoğraf çektim. Bir saniye. İlk fotoğraf hostelime girerken camda yazılı olan mesajdı.
As you entered what?
Hostelin kapısında.
Oh, the door of the hostel. Why did you take this photo? Actually see it here as well.
Bu fotoğrafı çektim çünkü üzerinde Wi-Fi'nin password'u vardı. Hem onun için hem de burada hani başka ne yazıyordu? Galiba Wi-Fi için çekmişim. Bir de e-mail adresleri yazıyor üzerinde.
And then what was that? An onigiri.
İkinci çektiğim fotoğrafta karnım acıkmıştı. O yüzden kombiniye gidip kendime onigiri aldım.
What's your favorite Turkish word?
Pişmaniye.
Cotton candy.
Yeah, it's a Turkish kind of cotton candy.
あれ、さっきはトルコ人と会話できたのは何だったんですかって思ってるかもしれないんですけれども、それは今回は WT2 Edge っていう携帯用 Bluetooth ヘッドセットの形をしたイヤホン翻訳機を使ったことのおかげです。それは何かっていうと、世界初を双方向同時翻訳が可能な翻訳機。指向性ノイズ低減技術もあって、実は40言語と93アクセントを対応可能なんですね。自社開発のタイムケトルっていうアプリを使って簡単に接続して使用するんですね。で、そしてね、使うときは利用者に応じた複数の翻訳モードが選択可能となってますので、本当に便利です。
English. Hello. Okay, nice to meet you.
Hey, bonjour.
Can you please introduce yourself and tell me where you're from?
Oui, je m'appelle Milo et je suis de Paris et je suis en voyage à Tokyo.
You're a traveler in Tokyo, and how is Japanese culture for you? What do you think is the essence of Japan?
Le Japon pour moi est un pays très particulier parce que il y a en 70 ans ce qu'a fait le Japon est complètement unique, contrairement à beaucoup d'autres pays dans le monde. Je pense même que c'est le pays qui s'en est le mieux sorti après la guerre. Ils ont perdu et ils ont décidé de se mettre à la hauteur des pays européens et je trouve ça vraiment très fascinant. J'aime les pays qui font tout pour s'en sortir. Malgré les tremblements de terre, malgré la pression, malgré le stress, malgré les suicides. Et moi, c'est vraiment quelque chose qui me fascine. C'est un peuple unique au monde.
Do you also have a picture to show me the first photo that you took in Japan?
Oui, c'est facile. C'était à l'aéroport en fait. Parce que quand je suis arrivé à l'aéroport, il était 1h du matin. Donc j'ai fait un lit avec mes habits. Et j'ai dormi à l'aéroport de Tokyo pour sauver une nuit d'hôtel parce qu'il n'y avait plus de métro en fait. Donc voilà. Sur le siège. J'étais très content et très excité parce que je venais d'arriver au Japon. Je voudrais dire que je cherche une femme japonaise pour faire fonder une famille. Donc si quelqu'un est intéressé, je suis disponible.
So let me hear. Oh, I understood.
Voilà.
I'm Tess. Could you please introduce yourself?
All right, I'm Robert from Australia.
From Australia. Where in Australia are you from?
Brisbane.
Brisbane, wonderful. We just had someone from Perth in our
Yeah.
previous
Yeah, I'm
interview.
sure.
Why did you choose Japan as your travel destination?
It's always been on the list. Like I did Japanese at high school and loved it, so I thought I have to come here one day, and this is the day.
Right, I know in Brisbane it's a mandatory subject at school, isn't it, Japanese?
Not in all schools, but every
No.
school has to offer a language, and there's a lot of schools offering Japanese.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of kids do Japanese.
So do you still remember any Japanese from your school days?
Just konnichiwa and arigatou gozaimasu. But I have a lot of good memories of it. I think because if you do Japanese in 11 and 12, years 11 and 12, it gets really hard and really complicated, so a lot of kids drop it.
Yeah.
So I've just got memories of like all the cultural stuff and just having fun in class, like eating sushi in class, but just can't remember much of the language,
You
unfortunately.
were eating sushi in class?
Yeah, because I think it's quite hard to teach 12-year-olds Japanese. A lot of the teachers just offer us like sushi lessons and learning all about the different like cities. So it's more about the cultural stuff of Japan and less about, I'd say, the actual language to a certain degree.
Do you think that helped you get more interested in Japan and want to come
Yeah,
here?
yeah, definitely. So it's always been like, I guess, a culture, a country that's been sort of present in my life. I had friends who were half Japanese as well, and that's sort of just created the idea that, yeah, this country exists. It's amazing. I have to go visit one day.
Okay, and how is it? So you came here for the first time?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
It's lovely, a very beautiful country. It's definitely a country of contrast as well. You've got this incredibly sort of sophisticated, minimalist type sort of culture, very sophisticated, and at the same time this the most garish, very sort of bright, in-your-face culture as well, and the two sort of coexist in a very interesting way. So
It can be literally within the same neighborhood where you have skyscrapers and then like tiny izakayas. Have you been to some of the Japanese bars where people drink like very small ones?
Yeah. At the same time, people seem so inaccessible, but at the same time, you see those bars where everybody's sort of included. It's very inclusive. So yeah, it's very much a country of contrast. I wish I could speak Japanese. I feel like there's like a whole level to this country that you can only access if you speak Japanese. So yeah, learn a bit of Japanese before I come back there, definitely.
I want to show me the first photo that you took when you arrived in Japan, if you have it.
Yeah, it was a picture of my girlfriend, I think, having breakfast at the hotel. Tokyo at the hotel, yeah. No worries.
ありがとうございます。Could you please all introduce yourselves?
Muzamel.
Muzamel,
Yes.
nice to meet you.
I'm Huda.
Huda, nice to meet you.
I'm Senna.
Senna, nice to meet you. Could you also please tell me, do you live in Japan or are you traveling, and where from?
All three of us live in London. We're traveling.
Do your names have a meaning that you know of?
Yes.
Yes.
Mine means wrapped in a blanket.
Really? Okay, wrapped in a blanket. That's nice. What about you?
Means guidance.
Guidance.
I thought that's what mine meant. Oh, I think mine means light.
Light.
Yeah.
Light.
Sisters. So
I was gonna say your sister's friends.
Yeah, they're
friends.
sisters. We're friends.
And your friends. How did you meet?
Uni.
University.
So your first time traveling in Japan?
Fifth.
Fifth.
Fourth for me.
Fourth for you?
second time for me. Yeah.
So, how come you're coming to Japan so many times? What got you
I just love it.
interested? Yeah.
I just love Japan, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's one of the best countries to go to that we've been to anyway.
This is basically my first time. So, and it just seemed cool. Yeah.
So, are there any aspects of the Japanese culture that have surprised you, both the first time that you came, but also, like, you know, now coming back after 3, 4, 5 times?
Just like how polite everyone is.
A huge contrast from London, I think, the way people act and how safe it seems when you're talking around, and how, the people's mannerisms are really different.
Has there been anything surprising for you since it's almost your first time?
Just the fact that there's no bins anywhere.
Did you do some shopping in Harajuku today?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you find?
We found jackets, like fluffy jackets,
Yes.
some socks, chopsticks.
Would you evaluate, looking back at this past year, how was it for you? Was it a good year, bad year?
I think it was a really good year.
Yeah, me too. But good year. Did a lot. It was a good year.
In which ways?
I think just like, so at the start of the year we were at uni, now we're not at uni anymore. And we also we came to Japan in February.
For a month.
So it was very fun. So that's the main reason, coming to Japan for a month.
Do you speak some Japanese as well?
No, we've tried to learn it, but we don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, we speak some.
そうですか。すごい。ぜひぜひ日本語でも話したかったです。素晴らしい。ちょっと日本語でいいですか？一つ聞きたいのは、日本で今回撮った写真を見せてもらってもいいでしょうか？写真。
何？
Shashin is a photo. Do you have any photo that you could show me that you took this time in Japan? The first one that you took.
This one. Kawaii.
Kawaii ne. Sugoi. Where is that?
Shibuya Sky.
Oh, the Shibuya Sky. ありがとうございます。じゃあぜひ日本での最後の日々を楽しんでください。はじめまして。はじめまして。ありがとうございます。Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Tess. Could you please introduce yourselves? Your name, where you're from?
¿Tu nome?
Camilla.
Where are you from?
Non so cosa significa.
Italy.
Da dove vieni?
Italy.
Da dove in Italia? Di dove sei? Di dove siete?
Brescia.
Di Brescia, ok. Come vi chiamate?
Elisa.
Elisa?
Ludovico.
Ludovico. È la prima volta che venite in Giappone?
Yeah.
Sì.
All right.
First time.
First time, wonderful. Parlo in italiano o in inglese?
No,
Io sono anche italiana. Meglio in inglese? Ok, wonderful. So why did you pick Japan as your travel destination? Perché volevate venire in Giappone?
Actually, we just got married in Thailand, and then we started to make a tour around. Considering that we all were already on the east part of the world, we decided to pick up Tokyo, actually, and then we will move to Australia and go back to Italy.
Oh, that's wonderful. So why did you decide to get married in Thailand? And congratulations first on getting married.
Thank you so much. Basically, because we have already been there before, and it was an occasion to do a tour with our family. And that's the reason why, actually.
That's wonderful. So did all your family come, some of your family come over from Italy to Thailand?
Yeah. All the family were there with
Oh,
us.
wow. How was the wedding? Come è stata la festa del matrimonio?
Bella.
Bella?
Sì.
Cosa ti è piaciuto?
Quando hanno fatto il discorso.
Oh, le promesse. Oh, that's cute. And so then you came in Japan how long ago now?
Just 5 days in Tokyo.
Just 5 days.
Yesterday. We arrived yesterday.
You arrived just yesterday. So what's your...
But we are ready to come back again.
Why?
But
for
it's
a,
nice.
for a big tour of Japan. Now it's just a
Tiny spot,
Yeah.
not only Tokyo, because even Tokyo, every neighborhood you could visit for...
A week.
I've been living in Japan for 2 years and still I know nothing.
No, it's amazing, really. A lot of things to see. We believe it, actually.
About Japan has impressed you so far, both in positive or negative ways?
I love Japanese food. It's very, very good.
What about Japanese food? Which foods have you tried so far?
We have just tried the, I don't know.
Tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu?
Yeah.
Ramen yesterday.
Ramen yesterday and...
We probably will go for sushi tonight. So we're trying to cover everything. Tomorrow maybe teppanyaki.
Teppanyaki, that's quite fancy.
Yeah,
It's really good though.
Yeah.
Mangia pure? Ti piace il cibo giapponese finora?
È un po' lunga la coda però.
A volte sì, eh.
Sì.
Poi ai giapponesi piace molto stare in fila. People
esatto.
love queuing.
Una ora e mezza di coda.
Anything else besides the food that has impressed you?
Beh, they are very gentle, they are very, let me say, calm in their attitude and everything from what we saw actually. Yeah? But it is something that we like actually, being very patient, very calm.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's not so chaotic like Italy. I would
Oh
say.
no, and Tokyo, imagine it's the busiest city in the world, 37 million people.
Wow, incredible.
In Italy, in a small town, we have issues getting on the bus. So, that's wonderful. Can I ask you, could you please show me the first photo that you took in Japan? If you have it on your phone. Oh.
Which is...
What is it and why did you take that photo?
Because I think that you must have very, very big feet in order to need those kind of shoes.
You know what these are called in Japanese? They're called geta.
Geta?
So they're the traditional wooden clogs, I think they're called in English, for when you wear kimono or yukata, mostly kimono, or also in like traditional Japanese houses, when you go to there's an inside garden, because you're like barefoot at home, you would change into the clogs. But it's funny that they have it at the, what is
I
it?
think it's a store selling only those.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So we will need some.
Did you buy any geta? No?
No, not yet.
Esta. And what photo did you take of some ramen?
Yeah, yesterday night we ate the first ramen in Tokyo.
And how was that?
Wonderful.
That's great.
Love it.
ありがとうございます。That's wonderful. 日本を楽しんでください。I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip.
Thank you so
and
much.
Please come back. There's an area called Kappabashi, which has a lot of kitchen items, a knife gallery, like Japanese knives gallery. It's called Kappabashi, and a lot of, you know, when you go to Japanese restaurants and you see they have the samples of the food, you see the food outside. So in Kappabashi, they also make them. That you can, in some places, you can also make your own sample.
This is incredible, because we were talking about this today, this morning, because you always want to know what you will get.
Yes.
So they show you in advance.
It's really good. You know what you're gonna get. 皆さんここまでご覧になっていただきどうもありがとうございました。いかがだったでしょうか。今日の動画でもういろいろとバタバタだったんですけれども、様々な方とお話しすることができて、多国籍の人でも英語ができていても自分の母国語、トルコ語とか私がねもうどうしてもフランス語はできなくて、そういう人の言語も聞くことができて理解することができて、素晴らしい夜になったなというふうに思います。ここまでご覧になっていただきどうもありがとうございました。